Yo, what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back once again to another video. Hope everybody's well, having an absolutely fantastic day. So yeah, Battlefield 6, guys. I cannot genuinely believe that the Battlefield community are making the same stupid mistake as they did with Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042. It's like gamers, and I'm just not talking about Battlefield 6 here and the people who play Battlefield from years gone by. It's like the gaming community has amnesia. It's like the gaming community forgets everything what's happened in the past when you're talking about a particular game franchise. And Battlefield is definitely one of those games what's up there where the actual community who have pre-ordered the game have been misled, bordering on lied to about what the game's going to have, what it's going to be by not just EA themselves, by YouTubers promoting the game. So yeah, I cannot believe this is happening again, and we are seeing people in the comment section going, oh, I've pre-ordered this game, great, can't wait. I'm like, how fucking dumb do you have to be? It's not 1995, guys, where you actually have to go to Blockbuster, you have to get in a car, you have to go outside, get some fresh air and actually pre-order a game. Those days are long gone. There is no real need in 2025 to pre-order a game. Yes, the game companies will say you'll get this limited edition skin, this, that, and the other, but it doesn't really make any fucking sense from a financial point of view. Yes, I get you might like the video game. Yes, you might be incredibly excited for it, but nonetheless, you don't have to give a billion-dollar corporation your money in advance well before the time you actually have to give them money to play the goddamn video game. It's ultimately just dumb and stupid, and how many times do the video gaming communities, not just Battlefield, I'm talking about all the video game communities out there, how many times do you have to be this dumb to pre-order a video game what ultimately reduces the quality of the final product you're going to get? We've seen it time and time again where games have got ruined because of people pre-ordering in that great of a number that the actual motivation of the publisher soon shifts onto a new game, and therefore you get a worse video game than what you would have if you would have actually had to keep the developers and publishers on their toes right until the game is actually released. We've seen it time and time again. Facts don't lie. Gamers definitely get a bad deal when it comes to video gaming, but you're all your worst enemies. You all buy like time-gated releases like the EA, oh look, play this 3 days early if you're going to pay 20 quid to get a different edition. And talking about games editions, some games have about 74 different fucking versions on release. Like you have day one microtransactions. You even have microtransactions in some cases which cost almost the same as the goddamn video game. But ultimately, gamers allow this to happen. You all say you despise EA, Activision, Ubisoft, but no, you all lap it up like porridge, like the three fucking Goldilocks bears and all that shit. But no, you all lap it up. You lap up their dirty tricks, low IQ gamers, mind-fucked by greedy corporations, and then they're backed up then by grown men acting like the gamers on YouTube and Twitch. They're ultimately influencers. They're there as a corporation's fucking puppet to mind-fuck you in to buying and pre-ordering video games, buying microtransactions. That's what they're there for. They're not gamers, guys. They're puppets of the corporations to mindfuck you into buying microtransactions and spending a lot more money on video games than you should. Yet you all continue to support these big sellout shill-type YouTubers, and you wonder why video games are going to shit. Well, it's time for people to speak up and say enough is fucking enough. Now, while I say all that, I'm not talking about all gamers, because you can't tarnish everybody with the same brush. I get that. There's a lot of people who subscribe to me who are clued up, but the vast majority of people who play video games are low IQ people who are mind-fucked on a regular basis. And they're that dumb they don't even understand they're getting mind-fucked. Or they'll come out with, oh, it's my money to do what I want with. No, it's your mum and dad's money. Once you get used to actually having to have a job and you understand the real value of money, you might not get as mind-fucked then as often by these greedy corporations. Like I said, your mind-fuck's either directly by the corporations themselves, or you mindfuck them by grown men acting like the little childish-like gamers on YouTube when they're in their 40s, late 30s, and ultimately, like I've said, they're influencers. Another thing with gaming is, right, they definitely spend more money than ever when it comes to marketing games now. I'm not saying every game, but AAA games have just got this obsession now with spending more money making theatrical trailers and publicizing the game than actually spending time on quality developers to make the game. It's like the core game itself is an afterthought, and the primary thought and motivation is how much money can we make making this video game, how much money can we extract from our community. We all know our community is dumb. At least the vast 80-90% of players who play this game are dumb, so let's just make a vessel to allow us to deliver microtransactions to the consumer, so therefore we can make as much money as possible. And unfortunately, guys, that is how gaming's going. Again, not everybody is like this when it comes to the gaming community, especially outside of the AAA games like Warframe, what I'm playing in the background. Absolutely fantastic video game, and Warframe's microtransaction model, which I won't go into too much detail in this video, is industry leading, guys. The game, what I'm playing, is totally free to play, and you can access all the content totally free to play, and you can even earn the in-game premium currency via selling things you actually earn just by playing the game. Second to none. Industry leading for a fact. Now, I get people are excited for Battlefield. I'm happy for you if you're excited for Battlefield 6. I'm actually excited for Battlefield 6, guys, but I'm not going to pre-order the game because it takes away the emphasis on the developers to actually continue refining the game before it gets released. Because they know if 500,000 people, for instance, have pre-ordered the game, some of the financial constraints and expectations of their budget and key performance indicators or KPIs them set themselves, it's going to take away the motivation. Not necessarily from the people actually making the game, but from investors, from the publishing side of EA. I cannot think in recent memory, and again, I might be wrong, guys, correct me if I am in the comment section as you always do. I cannot ever remember a time where anybody was as hyped for Battlefield as what people are for Battlefield 6. Battlefield 4, there was a lot of hype around that game. I can remember that game like yesterday getting released. Battlefield 4 had a lot of problems on release, but they ironed them out. Now, if there is a lot of problems when Battlefield 6 gets released, if a lot of people have already pre-ordered the game and already spent the money, or even people who's put it on day one, what real motivation of EA, what real motivation have EA got to actually fix the game? They've already got your money. They don't care. They couldn't care less. We see it time and time again, guys. So please, for the love of God, do not pre-order Battlefield 6, because by pre-ordering Battlefield 6, there's a greater chance that the game's going to be garbage. You can take other games into consideration when making your decision whether to preemptively support a game where you don't even know if the game is going to be good or not. Yes, we've seen all the cringy, YouTubers who are late 30s acting like 18, 19-year-old playing a fucking video game, which, guys, they paid to influence you. They're paid to mindfuck you by EA. There's always been this thing where people say and try to defend them saying, oh, they're not paid directly by EA. No, but they've flown out on a plane for free, hotel for free, food for free, business expenses for free, which they'll claim back for tax purposes. They're given early access to the game, which then they can upload on the YouTube channel, make loads of money that way. They're paid for, guys. They are paid for. But again, these are the same low IQ gamers who think that YouTubers have no agenda whatsoever when it comes to reviewing video games and saying if a video game's good or bad on the internet. They're the same people who think mainstream media, the BBC, Sky, or whatever news channels you watch in America, haven't got any form of a political bias. You're all low IQ people, and unfortunately, the people who aren't dumb as, say, I don't know, my border collie, have to actually suffer the consequences when it comes to video games getting worse because of the low IQ remainder of the gaming community. So just to do a quick sum up, guys, do not, whatever you do, under any circumstances, pre-order Battlefield 6, or I've just got to say this to you, you are dumb as fuck.